something completely different. Let's begin.
Never drove in it. Got my hands on the wheel, let's open it. Try to slow me, bitch, I don't notice it. Flying by in the fast lane, owning it. These street lights seem like a blur to me. Sit tight, speed limit ain't concerning me. Red line through the red light perfectly. Feel alive every time that I turn the key. It's 2 a.m. on a summer night. You're fucking right, I'm loving light. Probably heard them shining, don't stop it now. See stars aligning when the top is down. In a cloud in the sky, it's a clear view. In and out in my mind, never fearful. And I only know where I'll steer to. No time to look back in my rear view.
Well, look what we have here. Nice new gearbox in the form of a Altezza box. This is what comes behind the 3SGE and the Altezza 2 litre. Decided to go 6-speed on the 86. The T50 was doing the job, but pretty whiny in 5th gear for some reason, probably because all the gears are pretty old. So I've been looking at different options. There's W-box options, but here in Z they're getting pretty expendy. For what you can get in an Altezza box, you can get maybe half a W-box, if that. So there's a few kits out there. SQ Engineering do a nice thin adapter plate. Night Parts also do a adapter plate, and they actually end up taking the bell housing and machining it down so you get it fitting a bit nicer. Not sure what I'm going to do yet, to sort of play around with some ideas. But what the main issue is that people find is the shifter sits about 100mm back from where the standard T50 one would sit. So one option is to run the Night Parts adapter that sits in between here and the engine, and what it does is actually machines the front of the bell housing down so the gearbox sits in further, and then you can put like a dog leg on the shifter to be able to get it into the right spot. Option 2 is to relocate the shifter, so you take this big bulky bit off, make up an adapter that goes on the back of the shaft that comes out of the gearbox, and mount the shifter back on these 4 holes here. SQ Engineering do a nice kit, but it's a bit expensive for my liking, so I'm going to try possibly make one. Use different shifters and see what I can make up. Then need to make a custom mount for it. So I'll remove that and run probably just a bit of flat steel bent on an angle and to the right spot on the car. Another issue they have is Alteza's got an electronic speedo sensor, so I need to switch that out for a manual one so it can work on the 86 dash. I do have one from a W58 box, which I'm not sure if will fit, so I have to give that a go and see what that does. But yeah, I got the box with the clutch sleeve, clutch fork and everything, so I can basically just reroute that and hook that up, and that should just work. Redo the wiring for the reverse switch, plug that into a mile of wires that I have, that should work too. And then drive shaft wires, I got the drive shaft with the box, came from the Alteza, so I'll end up probably, I'm not sure how I'm going to do it yet, but get it changed anyway. Put this end that fits in the gearbox on an end that will fit the rear half of my shaft from the 86. Yeah, we just things I have to work out how I'm going to do and what I'm going to do. Yeah, should be a bit better than what's currently in it. Should run a bit nicer, a bit smoother, a bit quieter. Should be able to cruise nicer, because at the moment it sits about 3,500 RPM when you're cruising. If you're doing about 110, it's a bit higher again, it gets pretty noisy. It'd be quite nice to have a nicer ratio. And apparently these work real nice behind the 4-age, because it's 6-speed, it's got quite close ratios, so apparently they feel quite nice. Never experienced one, but heard from people that they just love them. And people also say that they're close to the strength of what some of the W boxes are. Not sure how reliable that information is, but I think it'll be alright for what I'm using it for, doing nothing that crazy. What else? Oh, there is an issue as well actually with the tunnel coming quite close to the top of the box. So here, a lot of people just smash the tunnel in the car, which I'm not very keen to do. So one option is I'm going to try machine down this part. I think it's mainly the start of the box that's the issue. So I'll try and machine that down and probably clearance some of these ribs as well. And if worst comes to worst, then I have to cut that out and get a new piece welded in that's a bit sunken in. But we'll see when the time comes and get it all in there. Seems to shift quite nicely, pops into gears nicely. No funny noises. Yeah, they're quite interesting setup with the rear sort of hanging out. And what it is there's a shaft that comes out of the back of the box, and that's what you're pivoting off and shifting. So basically when you make one here, make a bracket that comes off the shaft, comes back up the gearbox, sits under here, and the shifter just gets plopped basically there. Make up a bracket that'll hold it all. Which, yeah, we'll see how that goes. Nice rubber mount there still. Definitely a bigger box than what the T50 is. You can tell by just looking at the yoke of the drive shaft, it's quite a bit bigger. Oh, and the other thing as well, actually, the clutch. I'm going to still run the standard. Well, it's not even a standard actually. It's a black top flywheel, so 215mm clutch on it. I'm still going to run that, but I need to find a clutch disc that's going to fit the shaft. Which apparently there are some models from I think it's like an old Ute or some sort that are the right diameter and the right shafts, because they obviously come with a W box or similar G box. But yeah, I can just go to the B&T. They've got this nice book that they can match up the spline count with the size of the disc and sort me out one. That way I can keep my flywheel, still light and flywheel, which is nice, and keep my pressure plate, which is nice and heavy, but drivable as well. So yeah, do a trip to B&T and see what they can sort out for that. So yeah, journey begins. Let's see what we can do. So while I was here, I thought I'd check if the W box gear that I've got and see if it's actually going to be the right size, because if it is, that would be bonus. So depth wise they are about the same, it's just whether or not the count's going to be the same. So on the W1 we have 1032 written on it, and here's the one that's 1033. So it's 2 cents. I wonder if that will make a difference or not, if it has to be exact. That's interesting to know. She slides in the hole pretty good. I have to drop to do with that one. Hey guys, excuse the rain on the roof. Hopefully you can hear me nicely. Thanks. Just want to say thanks to all that have subscribed. It's quite cool to see how many people are quite keen on 86 stuff, shed stuff in general. Let me know what you'd like to see. We're doing this swap on with the 6-speed, so it should be interesting. I'll try to document what I find, what I come across, how easy it is. Not too sure how quickly I'll get it done. I'd like to get it done pretty quick, but it sort of depends parts wise and bothered really. Yeah, just let me know what else you'd like to see. Got this nice shiv here. My dad's old truck. Was thinking of doing maybe an interview sort of thing with my dad, see what he has done to it. Been around as long as I've been around, so it's got quite a bit of history. Got a XR200 motorbike that I'm also thinking of probably tearing apart. It's quite an old classic bike and needs a good restoration really, so I think that'll be the next project, so let me know if you're keen on that. Also need to do some maintenance on the daily driver FX. It's a 86 is with the 6-speed in, and I'll probably take that to work more often and put the other car in the shed. Yeah, let me know what else you want to see. All sorts around here. Hard to know what to video really. Oh yeah, another thing. What would you like to see done to the 86? Got some other plans for it and ideas, but don't really know what I'm going to do yet. Got ideas in my mind, thinking that's what we can do. But I'd like to hear what you guys think. If you see things on it that you're like, I don't like that, let me know. Always good to see what other people like and don't like, what other people want to see on it. Makes good content, I suppose, you guys want to see. Yeah, cheers all for liking all these videos and watching them and taking the time out. Hope you enjoy them, and I'll keep them coming. Cheers.